Thank you very much, Nomad. Yeah, here for game number 2. We're trying to see if EHOME can give us something a little bit better, a little bit more, keep themselves in this series. But right now, it's looking all Aster, especially after that first game. Anything here that you see from EHOME that you kind of like a little bit more than maybe that last draft?
Yeah, I mean, Drow Ranger has the possibility this game to take off, you know? It's really good against all 3 cores. They don't have any good hero against Drow until if he chooses to go for that, you know, Arcane Blink, Abyssal route. They don't have any good hero until then. Wraith King is not the best. Odie is quite hard to get on top of a Drow Ranger. And SF, same thing. You know, once he gets his BKB, like maybe 2 more items, I feel as Drow Ranger can really just win them every team fight. He has a lot of protection with the Abaddon as well as the Mars. Good setup with the Puck.
Is this the kind of game where Wraith King goes Midas Radiance?
It's tough with an SF because they both like to farm a lot. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of having SF with another like really greedy hard carry like Wraith King, but we'll see how they make it work. You know, maybe he's gonna play like a more active style. You know, we have seen some drums SF. We have seen just overall how active SF can be if you get a good game. You know, he doesn't have to be that farmy mid that you always see like in pub games. I'm sure they have a solid idea behind their draft, you know.
Yeah.
Especially this patch, you can get away with like a lot more greedy stuff.
I definitely wouldn't mind if the SF went the same build that destroyed me in my last game last night.
What was that?
Blink, no, Yule's Blink, Arcane Blink, Abyssal, Refresher.
No BKB.
I don't think he ever. Yeah, no, he went BKB. He did.
Okay.
There was a point in that game where he was definitely just popping BKB to blow people up, but he would blow 2 people up in a fight.
Yeah.
He'd blink in Abyssal with the Requiem, refresh, blink, Abyssal.
No, if you have Spell Prism plus Arcane Blink.
Yeah, he did get Spell Prism, of course.
Yeah, of course. Always does. But not when I play it, though.
1-for-1 drop, you know.
Yeah. So how much cooldown is your BKB? Like 20 seconds if you have everything. Plus an Octarine core eventually.
I think he. Yeah, well, I think we all lost at that point, so.
Yeah,
I don't know
probably.
if he got there. He might have gotten the Octarine core.
Putting down a Sentry. That's going to be an easy D-ward.
So what's the game plan here for EHOME? Because we wanted them to be more active in the early parts of the game in Game 1. Is it a similar story here in Game 2? And do they have to be active? Do they still have to have that kind of mid-game 5K lead?
Their lineup is definitely not as greedy as Radiance. Like Aster's lineup, no matter how you look at it, is quite greedy. They have OD, they have SF, they have Wraith King cores, they have a Nyx plus 4, I mean Nyx plus 5, and a Shaker 4. It's like one of the greediest drafts we have probably seen the entire season.
Yeah, and
so
Shaker started boots through and a couple clarities.
Oh,
Monet getting low, tag team slowing it up, but can't keep up with the Wraith King.
Yep, no, they have to be quite active here on Dire, and they should be, you know, because Radiant doesn't really have good tools to fight them. So once you get that coil up, I really want to see some rotations, you know, together with the Tusk maybe. Drow Ranger is probably just going to end up farming, but the other 4 heroes together can do a lot of work. So I'm definitely looking for Team EHOME to be able to utilize that this time properly. You know, don't just be content with farming, because you have the tools to be aggressive, so be aggressive. Like, don't just be fine giving like a 50-50, you know, when you can make it like an 80-20 or 70-30. You always want to get ahead with what you have.
Kind of sounding like a high school cheerleader. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. I don't know if they have that anywhere but in the US, but...
I mean, we get all those shows, you know, High School Musical and stuff like that.
Yeah. I've actually never seen that before.
You might or might not have missed out, depending on what you like.
So, game's pretty much even right now.
Yeah.
White Album's doing well over mid. Oh! XM getting lit
SF
up.
is a tough matchup, always. It's just the raise damage is pretty intense. Drow Ranger struggling a bit more than I thought he originally would. But again, it's OD. OD is brutal to lane against. Oh, Lanham!
Getting low, one more shot, and it will be there from Fade, who is low himself, but not scared to finish off the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah. Tag team plus God's Rebuke, so much damage. Well, at least, you know, you can come back. Maybe even refill the bottle for mid lane, pre-minute 4. see where he chooses TP. TP's middle, refills the bottle, giving the SF a good game. Probably also going to secure them in the 4 rune.
Yeah, coming over mid at 345 to fill up the bottle. Kind of feels like great timings, but shards are up, spear is there. God's Rebuke puts him on the other side. Fade to get some hard shots from the tower. They almost get Monet with the rotation out from the Nyx Assassin.
He still has a big stick though, so not a big problem for Monet here. And now Tusk is going back to base, which means, of course, 2 levels in lifesteal. He's gonna be at a very respectable health level again.
Look at where White Album is just playing this lane at the moment.
He's bullying him out.
Yeah.
And he just went back into the tower. He has to be a little bit careful here.
Ooh. Putting that raise.
He's in trouble in that battle here.
Taking some damage. They're coming around. They really just can't stop the harassment from White Album. He's harassing 2 heroes down past half health, forcing a 3rd over.
Yeah. Which means Monet is going to be super happy, almost back to full health. This Wraith King sustain is just brutal. This patch, it's just so brutal. Every hit just gives you 30 health. And yeah, White Album doing a very good job at forcing rotations here.
Yeah, to force multiple rotations like that is impressive in itself. Couple raises again. Waning Rift staying right on top of him, but he does have that short raise.
So much damage. He's gonna get a bounty rune, but that will only take him up to like 75%. He eats another 2 raises. He needs to go back to base.
Yeah, and that will open up the game for White Album quite a bit. These lanes going really well for Aster at the moment. I would say the one that isn't at the top is probably the Wraith King, but he's ahead of the Drow, so overall that's fine.
Yeah, Odie is doing fantastically for himself. 500 gold until Meteor Hammer, and then that Drow is just gonna die. The Drow is getting pressured a lot more than I really thought he would be originally. But again, I have a hard time like judging how strong Odie really is in lane. Like, it feels like he's absolutely busted with like his base stats, you know? We spoke about how he has like 325 movement speed and all that. So maybe it's just too much to handle for a Drow Ranger in the early game.
Does he feel busted maybe because he fits in so many roles these days?
He does. And that's simply because of his base stats. Oh, silence coming up here.
Yeah, right click's coming out from Ajit. They've got the silence onto the OD as well as this Earthshaker. Borax, one more shot, get the kill. The Astral Imprisonment just not in time.
I'm surprised he didn't Astral the Abaddon, because there was a kill there. At least get a trade kill, you know? Interesting decision.
Level 6 for XM, long raise coming out.
Region Rune bottled up, so not a problem for him. I'm looking, like, I want the Puck to rotate to the top lane, give the Drow some freedom, you know? Kill that OD, get him out of the lane.
Yeah,
I don't want to just sit in lane for like, you know, 5-6 more minutes like he did last game.
If you could push the OD out of lane, that would feel really good for the Drow. But right now, we haven't seen any movements over, and it's a 1K lead for Aster at the moment.
Yeah.
You really do need that movement from the Puck, but maybe not feeling comfortable with the lane not going as well as he probably would have hoped.
Yeah, but then, especially then, you know, you gotta rotate away, because SF is just gonna get stronger. He's almost 1K ahead of you already. Farming up some stacks.
I will say, throughout the DPC season so far, I'm a little disappointed in XM's play. Hold on, Arena down. They've got the Waning Rift now. The Dream Coil used, but the stun comes in for the Nyx Assassin. They get the kill on a Chalice. They've rotated over White Album. They'll break the leash, get stunned up. XM with the Illusory Orb. He's out of there, but I'm not sure this Tusk will make the same escape. Snowballs in, one more right click needed. Under the tower just in time. White Album can't get a second for him and Aster.
Very good TP by White Album here. Instantly responding to Puck's aggression. And I feel like he went to the wrong lane. You don't want to pressure the Wraith King. You want to give your Drow a free game. Your Drow is the winning condition, who easily beats the Wraith King, you know? A little bit... I don't know. I'm just pretty... As you said, like XM, you know, I've watched him a lot. He has been pretty underwhelming so far this tournament for a player of his caliber and potential.
Yeah, because I came into this and I talk about XM. You know, I've been really impressed with him. He was rank 1 for a long time. It was him and Nothing to Say who were going back and forth.
They still are, right?
I think they've dropped back a little bit. I don't know. I think XM's like 10 or 14 now. But he was up there at 1 and 2 for a long time. Oh, the Fissure comes in. The triple raises are in. White Album getting the kill on XM, and that will slow down this Puck's game immensely.
Even
and
more,
really
yeah.
put the SF quite far ahead as he's sitting over 1,000 gold ahead of his lane opponent.
That's a brutal destruction. Odie also 600 ahead of the Drow. Only the Mars really had a good lane, you know? So now the Mars needs to work together with the Puck to really make something happen. You probably don't want to do it in the Wraith King lane, but again, you want to try to kill this SF and the OD. They're really the ones that will create the pace for the Radiant team this game. 2k ahead, top tower getting pressured a lot by the Meteor Hammer.
This is a struggle already. We talked about EHOME needing to be more ahead in about that 15-minute mark, and it's not looking like they're going to be at that point. They are setting up over mid. They've got Chalice nearby, working on that Blink Dagger, still a ways out from it. And the only ones who are going to show are Borax and Lana. Dream Coil comes through. That's through onto the Nyx Assassin, but the Fissure making this difficult to come in on. Good shards, the arena down. This is all for a 5 position. Nyx Assassin, White Album comes in. He's got a double damage, looking to push something back on EHOME. Natural Imprisonment, Meteor Hammer, right on top of Chalice. They get one, probably two, with X-Nova now running under the tower. They land the Fissure, need one more shot. Coming in from XXS, and it's a 3k lead, a 2-for-1 trade.
Yeah, I mean, the only word I have right now for EHOME is that they're very sloppy. Like, Mars just walks out of the jungle, you know, he starts hitting the tower. Oh, a Nyx Assassin appeared, let's coil him. Oh, he broke my coil, let's keep chasing more, you know, then arena him. It's never gonna work out like that, you know? It's like another pub game. You really gotta...
Shards. Hits XSS and White Album. I don't know if you want to go after the two of them together.
You can't. But you really need to focus, you know? Like, it just doesn't feel connected at all once more. Like, they're just kind of playing very individualistic.
Well, White Album's really putting on a clinic, too.
White Album is owning. He's owning super hard. And it feels like they're very frustrated, you know, the EHOME players. Like, the way they're playing.
Like, they're almost
they're right-clicking
not
people
connected.
Down. Yeah.
Because they're frustrated as a team. But obviously, that's just speculation because, you know, we're not there. We don't know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as a former player yourself, that happens, right?
It happens a lot. I mean, tilting is a real thing in Dota.
Yeah.
Especially in pro Dota, where it feels like every move you make just gets countered, you know? And you force yourself into really bad positions because of that.
Arena down, go for the snowball,
This is good.
and where's the Walrus Punch coming in? White Album drops.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Dream Coil.
Nice, got another one.
They're looking.
Oh, they don't have vision
Yeah,
though.
they don't have vision, but they could still get this kill potentially. They want the tier 1 tower, and they'll get it. So they get the kill on a White Album. They finally slow down his game, but tier 1 bottom's taken out. Wraith King still farming up a Storm.
Yeah. He has a Midas completed now. But you know, this is what we want to see. Like, they smoke up from the side, get a good initiation going, SF dies immediately, tower is free. If they did that the first time around, they wouldn't have had a bad trade. They wouldn't be behind 2k gold, you know?
So, obviously the DPC, it's a much longer, drawn-out thing. This is on land for the Chinese region. Is it easier to be frustrated in a longer LAN event, or did you find that your frustrations were compounded when you only had like 2 days or 3 days to figure it out?
I think the more intense it is, the easier it is to get frustrated. But at the same time, if you play for a long time, you know, and the problems are lingering, it can really get into your head, you know.
So they can be more intense the longer you've been with the team.
Yeah, like depending on what kind of problem you have, and if it's like a recurring problem.
Okay.
Because if it recurs a lot, you're gonna be like, ah, no, it's happening again. You know, all the players will be quite tilted by that already.
Yeah.
Because obviously you have team meetings, you know, where you talk about your problems and stuff. It's also, I don't have too much experience with this kind of thing, because this is the first time we actually have a league that long.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's a new experience for everybody.
And those frustrations could be mounting a little bit differently.
Yeah. They're still trying to hold into the bottom tower. Radiant, they're okay with giving it up. But if they have a chance to, of course, they would much rather defend it. But, you know, they're very close to a lot of core items on the Radiant, so they might choose to give it up. Because Wraith King is not really at his strongest at all. He just finishes Midas.
Looking for the Radiance, but also you've got Earthshaker who's getting close to that Blink Dagger. That's going to be a big timing for them. They'll find Nyx Assassin again. Lanham does this a lot. Kind of just sacrifices his body to not defend, but maybe keep heroes down here a little bit longer.
I mean, the last game he already had a questionable TP, which is pretty much the same thing, same hero, same position.
Yeah, I'm trying to like bail him out a little bit.
Smoking up immediately though, trying to defend the mid tower, I believe. It might be a little bit slow though.
He's near, and well, they've got the Blink Dagger on the OD. Astral Imprisonment into the Meteor Hammer. Borax is here, doesn't need to use that Echo Slam. The Silence is in, the Fissure is out, and they'll get the kill. They'll take the first life from this Wraith King, and they kill Monet twice. So the 4 heroes that aren't over bottom do end up taking out the 1 position on Aster. At the same time, it only takes 2 to take Drow down bottom.
I'm very surprised. I thought Aster has an amazing read, you know? They TP 2 heroes bottom to kill a Drow Ranger because they know that they smoked away. But at the same time, Monet gets caught off guard. So I don't actually know if it was a really good read or did they just luck out there. Because if all the heroes are behind the Drow Ranger, those 2 heroes are dead.
Yeah.
You'll set up.
Requiem. 1, 2, 3 raises. Still not enough damage. Shards. White Album misplaying that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Requiem was nowhere near full damage. Probably dealt like 20% of the damage that he, you know, wanted to deal. Interesting.
Wish he could get that one back.
Definitely. Small regrets. Oh, the mid tower sitting at like one health. Okay, now it's gone.
Middle tower has been denied.
Yeah,
and
but
now farming the Dire jungle.
Yeah, getting away with a lot of greed on the Radiant side.
Yeah, they really are. And we spoke about their greed and how much it could be detrimental for them. But their 3 cores are top of the net worth, and look at the amount of gold that the Earthshaker's got.
Yeah.
Borax is super farmed.
It really is.
Considering this is such a greedy lineup, they have so much gold between the 4 of them.
Yeah. I mean, this is what they're good at, right? Accumulating all that gold. They have 2 very fast farmers, and they've gotten away with it all. Drow Ranger is still farmed, though, and we said she can't take over these kind of games.
Yeah.
Oh,
They'll find Monet
again.
again. Reincarnation not available, but the Spear with the Walrus Punch pushes him over the walls. Not going to matter.
Double damage, God's Rebuke.
Take out Monet.
Yeah, Monet is...
They're slowing him down a little bit, but you've got OD and SF to back you up. But we talked about how those 2 should hopefully be strong enough to open the game for the Wraith King.
Yeah. But at the same time, you know, they're both very cool and reliant themselves. We have yet to see an OD ult, I believe. Don't think we have seen one yet. They're probably just farming up their BKBs, though. Like Radiant, they need their BKBs to properly teamfight the Dire. They have too many silences. The arena is a big nuisance. Unless they find like a good Echo Slam initiation.
Which they have the Blink Dagger, so they should be able to do that.
Yeah, but SF, you know, he's still very squishy. Even though he has his Yules, he can still die in a second. He went Blink Dagger Yules, like the most greedy route as well, opting to not go BKB. Man, they are going full greed here. Midas, Radiance, Blink Yules, Blink
like
Meteor Hammer. You can't be more greedy than what they're doing. It's impossible.
That's a statement if you're able to accomplish that too.
Yeah, if you get away with it.
Yeah,
but you know, because there's so much greed, there's not a lot of camps to farm around the map, which means Monet has been caught out in bad spots twice, because there's just not enough farm around the map.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like the carries, like carry players, like what's it called? Like pet peeve, where oh man, they farmed my triangle. Now I need to go farm the enemy jungle. I need to be more efficient, and you just die. Whereas you could just wait for the triangle to respawn instead, you know.
But
happened many times to myself.
Ultra greedy.
Yeah. It's like, and then they're like, oh wow, the enemy's actually playing Dota. We can't just show on 3 lanes and get away with it.
So they're invading the Radiant jungle.
Yeah.
But they're not finding. They've got some deep wards down. They're just not getting anything out of them at the moment.
They're also posturing quite defensively on the Dire side here. They're not really trying to invade really hard, you know? Like, they're just kind of there. Oh, somebody shows, we go. But they're not, like, forcing the issue.
And don't you want to fight before these BKBs?
For sure. Like, if they have both BKBs up, they got away with what they wanted, you know? The super greed. You got to make something happen now.
I almost would say it's ultra greed. Blink Spear. That's through onto XXS. And a quick kill. This combination's working. Tusk, Mars, they're getting kills. They're doing their thing. But we haven't seen much from really the rest of them.
Yeah.
We haven't seen much from XM, who gets caught. Yule's Requiem and the stun from Lanham.
This time it's perfect.
And that's right on the money.
Yeah. So even if you're Puck, you know, you press phase shift when you come down, obviously. If you do it perfectly or a little bit before, he will be feared every time. You can't phase shift and you just get blown up. Because as Puck, you're very squishy, very phase shift reliant. Well done by him. Obviously knows his stuff.
Yeah, a better Requiem there when you lay him down on the 909 and
yeah,
just gets a kill.
Radiant should definitely be debugging that high ground ward on the bottom there though, this Tinker ward, because it's pretty obvious, you know, if you get blindly speared like that, it doesn't just happen.
Supports should take notice to that graph that just came up. 25 wards for multiple heroes placed at just 19 minutes.
It's a lot of wards.
It's a lot of money commitment.
But it's also because they're playing as a Nyx Assassin, of course.
Yep.
They know the ward is down there, so Odie has to be more careful now. He can't just hide in the trees.
Dire's top
Good
tower
smoke up
play.
again. But he has
White
Blink
Album.
Dagger.
Oh, breaks the smoke. Spike Carapace, Snowball, Eddie Arena, the spear misses. They'll still get the kill on Aladdin, but this is costing them a lot more than what they wanted to throw for a 5 position.
Yeah. There was, what, a 5-hero smoke, I believe, right? 4 or 5 position. I mean, they do box out the Wraith King from the triangle, so at least they got something, but not what they were looking for at all.
Get a couple skeletons coming
So
out.
Drow and BKB first item.
Yeah, Dragonlance
Radiant are
BKB.
scanning.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. Usually you would see that at least Yasha before that to kind of like scale a little bit, you know? But makes it even more interesting that they're not being like more aggressive, you know?
And Earthshaker just about has his shard. He's
ready.
really going to put the pressure on.
Yep, 10 gold. I can't believe the shard also reduces Fissure cooldown by 2. Like, it does too much.
It's so strong.
Yeah.
It's S tier for sure.
Shaker shard will definitely get some adjustments soon.
I wonder when those adjustments are going to come. Is there going to be like a mid-season
That
adjustment?
would be so brutal though, right?
Well, I think like
Mid-season patch,
what,
like
there's
everything
6
is
weeks
weaker.
after this week. There's a patch. That would be kind of cool.
But I mean, patching in general seems really hard now, you know? Because right after this is the major. Right after the major is the next season.
Yeah,
When you
there's
patch.
not a lot of time.
Yeah.
And you can't just let the game go unpatched for so long.
We'll see. I'm sure they thought of some plan. Radiance completed, I believe, on Wraith King. Now he's ready. They're just waiting for the 2 BKBs and it's go time. Drow Ranger going for Blink Dagger after BKB. I feel like this itemization is very, like, he's going to be in a team fight and he's not going to be hitting at all. That's what I'm, you know, it's kind of the vibe I'm getting here.
Yeah.
Because this item build is so scared, you know. BKB plus
It's
Blink.
so defensive, and
Yeah, it's
maybe they feel they
smoke up
missed their
again.
timings, and the BKBs are going to be here.
They're doing the same smoke again. Like, same thing.
They're not catching anybody.
Yeah, like at all. Because they know, you know, they're not pushing on any lanes. So where could you possibly be?
Monet,
Definitely getting out red here.
Borax,
Lanham again in the front.
and he's fine giving up his life. He really is that mobile vision.
Yep. I mean, they're really just waiting for the 2 BKBs on the Radiant here.
Right.
They should be coming momentarily.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sentry ward down, Blink Spear finding Lanham. Again, though, this is a lot of mobility from EHOME, or a lot of, you know, smoke and aggression for just a 5.
At least this time they get the tower as well.
Dire's middle
But
tower
it
is under
leaves
attack.
3 cores, farm up more items.
It's definitely leaving a lot to be desired if you're the Dire. You want to find more than just the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah. They have 500 gold of BKB on SF, 1000 gold of BKB on OD. And then it's going to be really, really tough for Dire to fight. Like, really tough. They don't have anything to go through BKB at this point. Even Puck is building a Desolator rather than an Aghanim Scepter, which I don't like at all.
Yeah, he's going phase shift attack. Dream Coil. Down onto White Album. Walrus Punch. He's not getting out of this one. Way too deep.
Alright, You know, you can be greedy, but
That's hyper greed. And
that is hyper greed.
when EHOME come together, they're able to take out White Album.
Yeah. Also, currently 2 Desolators queued up on Dire.
Yeah, Mars and Puck, right?
Yeah, that seems... I really hope they don't do that because it's unnecessary, but at the same time, Mars without Deso doesn't deal damage. That's why I don't like this Puck itemization at all. I feel like you buy this Aghanimus, and suddenly Odie, Wraith King, as well as Aster feel really uncomfortable fighting into that coil.
Yeah.
XM again with a very questionable decision.
Try to take the tier 2 bottom. White Album still down for 20 seconds.
Yeah, they can't fight this. They need their BKBs. They recognize this as well. This is where the greed, you know, is getting more and more punished. I just feel, you know, can't help to think that it could have been... Oh, good Carapace here.
You've stunned him out. Sanity is BKB, but
Nice.
Chalice dead right after that BKB. 10 seconds just for that.
Yeah, it was super well done by Lanham. Good Carapace. Good foresight there. That he knew he was going to spear the wave. And now, suddenly, 200 gold of BKB, and then it's go time. You see what they're doing now on Dire is so good, right? It's aggression. Why did they have to wait so long? Because now, Radiant is ready.
Yeah.
If they did this 5 minutes
next.
earlier,
Falcon Blade again and Latham. It's definitely him.
it must be him, right?
I would message
Or maybe
it.
it's just his Nyx. I haven't seen it on his Abaddon.
You're not wrong about that. I can't quite remember.
Draw Ranger.
BKB
Okay, he
stream
went
for
away
everybody.
from the Blink Tag. I'm very happy about that. Built
Yeah, it's
into the
going into
Yasha.
the butterfly.
Yasha butterfly. That's exactly what you need. You need the damage, you know? You need to trust your team, that they keep them off you. You need to be in a good position, lay out the pain. That's your job this game. Alright, double BKB up.
Soon to be triple BKB. Aether Lens for Borax. Not as farmed as he was getting. I think his game has slowed down a significant amount. But I think White Album as well as XXS are trying to take up more of the map so they can farm because their games with a couple of deaths have slowed down too.
Yeah. And this Octarine Core build seems to be getting really popular on the Shaker. Just to like permanently keep people placed, locked in place.
With that shard, yeah.
With that
it's
shard,
disgusting.
yeah. Fissure cooldown is so low.
Couple
Now
of
Dire
raises.
is really scared suddenly. You see that? Because there's 3 BKBs up on the Radiant, and you have no Aghanim Scepter on this Puck. He
Yeah.
could have had it by now. He went for BKB, actually. Wow.
BKB Deso. An Aeon disc with the Ags after
There's
that.
no way you can justify that. You need to go Aghanims, no matter what. I believe in XM.
We'll see if he changes the build.
Yeah. They already have a Destro on Mars soon. There's no point in building a second one.
Still about 1,600 gold away for the Mars.
Yeah.
So it's if they can buy that time and get the Deso on a Chalice, maybe it feels good enough where Puck doesn't need to get one.
I'm a little bit surprised now that the Radiant isn't trying to put on the pressure. Now they're the ones being very defensive. Smoked up though. They want to retake their own jungle. It's a very good move because they know they're playing the jungle right now.
Yeah, they got that scan out.
Yeah.
They know some of these heroes are here.
Drow needs to be careful. They all need to be careful they don't get stunned pre-BKB.
They see Chalice. They land the stun. They'll look for the Fissure to follow it up. Right click's coming in, and Sanity's committed for that kill on the Chalice. Not sure that was entirely necessary, but gets them the kill, so works out.
Going to an AC on Wraith King, very good. Gives the entire team that bonus armor because, of course, Drow Ranger ulti does not pierce the additional bonus armor.
Orb of Destruction dropped for the Radiant. Titan Sliver for the Dire, and Ajit will hold on to that. Still looking, of course, for that Butterfly. He's not too far away from picking up that last 2 components. And he's got the gold for 1.
Yeah, and we said he's the hero that can definitely carry this game. This Drow Ranger has all the tools he needs.
And we've seen it before. We've seen Drows carry in this region before. It's
He has a ton
tough.
of damage.
It was a lot of damage from the high ground back, I think, in the LGD game. Junquil comes in, but Nyx Assassin's already dead.
Again, yeah.
So they keep killing Latham. They keep killing the 5 position. They need to find something more, and this is
That's the Roche.
potentially something that can really help them and guide them through these next couple of minutes. But that's if they get the Roche. Wraith Fire Blast on X Nova coming around is Borax. He's got the Blink ready to go if he wants to lead in with something more. Doesn't have Echo available. Monet's getting low. Snowball and looking for the Walrus Punch. Pops the Reincarnation. They've got the BKB pop by Chalice. Fissure comes in, lands on the Drow. Ajit on the run, hit by the Wraith Fire Blast. Right clicks through. BKB's been popped. So Ajit is able to run away. They won't get Roche, and they survive for a little while longer.
Very preemptive BKB, considering that his Abaddon was right next to him. Probably felt the heat there a little bit.
Yeah.
Which now means, though, Radiant is going to get this Roshan. 2 BKBs expended.
They're going to smoke. They're going to at least try for it.
Are they
They
going to
go
smoke
into
to
the pit
Roche?
for a second.
No.
Radiant's middle tower
Looking to
is
kill
under attack.
instead, and then get the Roche after.
Dire's
The Radiant's back on. They've got the Vendetta with the stun. Fissure comes in. X Nova's dead.
And into Roche.
From there, you don't have your Abaddon. And while you're down 6k, they'll go for Roche. They'll buy back. They're going to want to go for this. They have Dream Coil. They have Arena.
They have no BKBs, though.
Maybe they can make something happen, but they got to get there quickly. They're starting to converge onto the pit. The damage not really taking out this Roche quickly for Aster. White Album's in there with Monet and some skeletons. There's the Blink forward as well as the Snowball that's coming through onto the Wraith King. They've got the Dream Coil down and around 3 of these heroes with the Spike Carapace. They'll miss the stun, but they've got themselves the Echo Slam coming through from Borax. BKB's been popped by XM. They've got themselves the Arena. They get the kill on a White Album. They'll take down the Shadow Fiend, Lanham, and Borax. 3 heroes gone to the side of Aster looking for Monet. BKBs and TPs out, but there's the Walrus Punch and the damage. They get the kill on a Monet. They take out 4 and EHOME are in to the Roche pit to claim their prize. Aegis in their hands, and the game sitting close to even.
Yep, there we see the power of Drow Ranger completely just sitting in the back, shooting at people, dealing 700 damage a pop. Good hero, good hero.
Good buyback, good maneuvers from EHOME to get in on that one.
I'm surprised that Aster gave him that fight so easily.
And no Requiem, the Echo Sun was a little off the mark.
Because they knew they were coming in too.
Yeah. And they quickly take the tier 2. All of a sudden, EHOME, they're threatening high ground.
Yeah.
And
This
they
is a
take these
lineup.
buildings very quickly.
Exactly.
They'll make you pay if you lose a fight.
Get all that bonus damage. Now with the Desolator.
Now they have a net worth lead. They have evaporated the lead that Aster once held. And they're on to the bottom tier 3.
And SF is not that strong, of course.
Spike Carapace, Snowball, that hits, as well as the Walrus Punch coming through into Lanham. Up in the air, Aster. Arena down with the BKB being popped. They look over at XSS. They get the kill on Lanham. Now they look for more. Multi-shot. XSS. He's dead to Ajit. XM's popped the BKB. And they will finish the tier 3. Probably another set of racks. There's no Echo Slam to throw on this one. White Album. Well, not much you can do from that far of a distance. And it's a set of racks mid gone and a set of racks bottom. Just devastated. They get to the high ground for just a second, and they make it well worth it. That is a 10k net worth shift.
Yep, 10k net worth shift indeed. Roshan deciding a game once again, and at this point it's...
So here's this fight back over mid. Roche not going down that low. And then the Dream Coil is a big one on 3. And this, well, watch the Echo Sun. It's a little north. Almost kills XM. Just doesn't feel like enough. The Arena's perfect too.
Yeah.
Keeps XM or XSS from doing anything.
Yeah, it was very well executed by EHOME. At the same time, though, I don't know how you can just give a puck a car like that when you know they're coming, you know? Lose the Roche fight, get the Roche and Dire, and of course any Drow lineup just melts buildings so fast. They were just dead for 30 seconds, but they got 2 sites.
Yeah, it wasn't even that long of respawn times.
Yeah.
Which means you lose another fight, it's probably Megas.
Yeah.
If not the game.
And at this point, Drow Ranger, you know, is just getting stronger. Like, you had your timing where your greed paid off, but then you didn't use it, and then you waited until the Drow is strong enough to fight you.
Dire are scanning.
Paying the price for that now.
So, down 6k. Now they're on the other side of the coin. White Album
Top tower is under attack.
trying to bring it back. Fissure. And the totem from a distance. Whoa! Blowing up the Drow. They end up losing Lanham. They'll pop the BKBs. They'll go after Monet. He silenced up. The right clicks in. The reincarnation is popped. White Album looking for an opportunity to come through with BKB pop by Monet as well as Ajit. XSS in deep, taking a lot of damage here. Right clicks through. Sanity's drop isn't going to be enough. Blink Echo Slam from Borax is big. They take out Ajit and they'll look towards the rest. XSS has fallen. X-Nova soon to go. Fade right behind him with a foot in the grave. They will take out 4, and the only one to survive is XM. This time, the Echo, it rumbles, and it quakes at EHOME's feet, and they all drop dead.
Wow. That was so well played by Rain. They get that Drow life, the first one off super fast with just 3 races and an impale out of Invis. Looks pretty bad for them initially because they get a good coil off. EHOME, of course, has a second Drow Ranger life. You see it here. This first kill is so fast, so quick. Abaddon couldn't even react.
Oof. Snowball saved him for a second.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't long enough. And then the second life, you've got a second life available on the Wraith King. BKB afterwards available to him too. Look at where XXS is.
Very deep.
How does he survive here? This stunt just lasts forever. And then boom, Echo on a 3. Only one who's getting out of this is the Puck.
Yeah.
And you could see he's feared on the edge of the fight, but bails out.
He almost died also.
Yeah.
To that fear. But you can see, if they execute properly on Radiant, they have so much teamfight potential. It was the first time they did it. We're in a good position because they were fighting on their terms. Drow Ranger, again, pretty premature with the BKB, you know? You have to be absolutely perfect with the BKB, otherwise you're going to get punished.
The lower and lower it gets, I think gives more opportunity to Borax, who has just been sitting at a distance, throwing those fissures. The shard is just so good.
Dude, he played that so well. Like, they were all just stunned for, like, I don't know, 5 seconds. I guess another totem.
Yeah, some Earth Shakers, you know, they'll jump in early, throw an Echo Slam to get just the Aegis or something like that, or, you know, he was waiting for that perfect moment, and he just saw them converge. 3 heroes, fissure.
5-man smoke up here.
Shard with the help, and then the Echo Slam. So, Echo Slam's back up.
Do they expect this? Okay.
Smoke breaks, dust used, looking for Lanham because he's been the one breaking those smokes. Blink into the Dream Coil, Yule's up into the air. Now they've got the Snowball that hits on XSS as well as the Walrus Punch, the BKB pop by XM as well as Chalice. They're doing enough damage on a White Album. They'll take him out, revolve him around. And now they'll look as White Album has bought back. Sanity's has dropped the damage down with the Requiem from White Album. They kill off Ajit. He doesn't have buyback. He's dead for 83 seconds. X-Nova, he's invis, but not out of sight. They'll kill off a second, and that is an overstep from EHOME that goes wrong.
Drow Ranger, you know, they committed so much to killing an SF in his base. I feel like even if he did not buy back, this fight would go very wrong for the Dire side. They committed 3 BKBs, the only defensive tool they have against this OD, as well as Shaker. To kill an SF, BKBs run out, no chance.
Yeah.
This Drow Ranger can only fight during BKB uptime.
Now they're the ones who take out the tier 2.
No buyback, 50 seconds.
Yeah.
And now, on this side, we have the Skeletons, who push super damn fast. So this should be an equalizer in the mid lane. They still have all the other 2 tier 2 towers, though. So they can only get one side here.
Yeah, and they're not gonna. They don't have enough time to go 4s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't even get that.
A good split push by the Tusk. See if he gets caught here.
Oh, spotted. Fade. Yule's in the air, and 1 raise. Walrus Punch, Snowball, but Monet's here. You're extending the inevitable as there's a Wraith Fire Blast and then a chop through the middle.
That was a very short blink. I mean, he wouldn't have made it out either way, probably. But yeah, Aster fighting back here, finally. They made 1 mistake only, really, this game.
And
which
that was the Roche fight.
Roche fight, and it almost cost them the game, but now they're... Well, I wouldn't say back in the driver's seat, but, you know, they're getting there.
Yeah, I mean, the game is so fragile for them.
Is. There's just so much damage on both sides. If Drow Ranger gets to hit if she just hits you 5 times, you can die easily. But if they get the initiation of Drow Ranger, she can die just as fast.
Yeah. Drow.
Another smoke up here. Lanham found the puck, but he... Good phase shift, good phase shift.
Oh. Trying to use that shard.
Man, the Fissure is so long with the talent.
Daedalus for the puck. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, his itemization is, as I said, interesting. I feel like if he built into that he has Aghanim. Okay.
And he's got Ags, Deso, Blink.
He's building up for the rapid coil.
Daedalus.
Yeah. Every rapid coil build needs an Aghanim because, of course, otherwise you can snap the coil. Now think about it. If he gets away with this build though, and 25, he can deal a lot of damage.
Yeah.
There's not really a lot of counterplays to it. Octarine Core finished on the Shaker. Aeon Disc ready to be assembled as soon as he gets low health. I really like this play. A lot of people would just have the Aeon Disc in their inventory, but he doesn't want to get it popped prematurely.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Mars used his, or not BKB. He might have used BKB soon though.
Minotaur Horn. Shards block out Monet. So does that Fissure.
And he's getting Radiance burned. He can't blink.
Now he's hit with the Wraithfire Blast. Right click's coming through the stunning from Lanham. Sanities. The snowball is too late. And now Fade. He's going to die too. He's in some trouble. Invis for a second. Fissure comes in. That hits the drown on the backlines. They drop down the Dream Coil. That hits on a Monet. They've got the stun. Fade. He's killed off. Trio's dead. They'll buy back. XM gone. X-Nova on the run. Here with Ajit.
The Shaker! He's doing so much work!
From such a distance away.
The Fissure talent plus the Ether Lens is crazy! Like, he's 2 screens away and he's stunning the Drow Ranger. What is this? And the cooldown?
It's so
Well,
disgusting.
I gotta check the cooldown here on the Fissure. 8.6 seconds. Totem 3.3 seconds. He's perma-stunned. They can't move. The Fissure disappears, the next one comes out right away.
Yeah. Puck help buyback for that one, though.
You can make a point, you know, if you find a Spell Prism, maybe you'll give it to the Shaker. You know, as if you haven't been this impressive, Borax has been carrying, maybe we give it to you.
Yeah, he's going Aeon Disc, not the, what is it, the Arcane Blink?
Yeah, or Abyssal.
Yeah, or the Abyssal. So I think Spell Prism definitely goes to the Earthshaker if they find it.
He has no buyback on board. Honestly, he's like the main target right now. They need to kill the Shaker.
Yeah.
He's doing way too much. Look how scared they are now. I mean, I would be too if I saw a Shaker just rumbling me all the time. He's not even in danger, you know? He's like 2 screens away.
There's no way to get on top of him.
Yeah, he's just standing there. The more I think about this build, the more, you know, busted it really is.
Shard strong, man.
Nice.
S tier.
Really good, really good.
Roche is up.
Might be better than S tier, man. Might be God tier.
Ooh. It's a rare tier. Daedalus for the Drought. And Drought does do a lot of damage. But
Not if
like
you're
you
fissured.
said, not when you're fissured from 2 screens away.
Yeah. You can't BKB anticipating that they're going to get fissured, you know? Like, there's just no way. Oh, Lanham again popping the smoke.
Yeah, he's done this so many times, but they've got the silence, the Waning Rift. They've silenced up this Wraith King, put him up in the air with the Walrus Punch, but look at the Fissure, as in the Totem. It's hitting on X-Nova as well as Chalice. They'll pop the BKBs around the horn. The Saturn Coach is going to be dropped into the Tusk as well as XM, but XM's got the BKB off. Right click's coming through. There's the Waning Rift, silencing up the next Assassin. Once again, they get the kill on the XSF. They'll look over the Tusk. Requiem down. Down goes Fade. Fissure again. It locks up Ajit. He's on the run. They got the kill on X-Nova and Fade, so both supports are gone, but the buyback is used by Abaddon. They don't move forward for Ajit, and I think that's kind of lucky for EHOME. He was getting stunned up and, again, just disrupted throughout the fight.
Yeah, choosing to play it cautiously. Wraith King did not have his reincarnation up. I feel like there was a possibility to chase for more because they used all their cooldowns already. No BKBs at the available.
Abyssal for the Wraith King.
Yeah. I like it though. I feel like Aster is playing his game very well. You know, they're not overplaying their cards, they're not over-chasing. But you can really see this damage output from the Dire side. Wraith King popped in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think Dire are doing a bad job themselves. Fissure, Totem, locking them down. There it is again, every 3.3 seconds.
Good job there by X-Nova though. Oh, another
Fissure again.
Oh, he mistimed that a little bit.
Phase shift. Ooh, stun.
No ult on X-Nova here.
Carapace, X-Nova, 26 seconds without borrowed time. He's got the Glimmer Cape. Now the Illusory Orb forward. Dream Coil placed down. It's onto Borax. They've got the control. Can they get the kill on the Earthshaker? Finally, they'll take him away.
But he died for
XM
it.
loses his life for this one. Silence, right clicks coming in with BKB. Pop by Ajit looking over at Monet. Takes out the first life. They've got Lanham wrapped up inside the arena. They get the kill with the God's Rebuke. Monet now moving forward. Throws a Wraithfire Blast.
2
That
seconds.
hits onto the Abaddon, who doesn't have borrowed time. He goes down. XSS, BKB. But down goes Chalice. He's gone for 2 minutes. And they've got the Requiem as well as the raises onto Ajit, trying to get the damage with the Gust. Right clicks in, but the Fissure is out, as well as the Totem. They block down Ajit, and they will take down the Drow, and they will finish him off for 90 seconds. He does have buyback, but Mars and Abaddon do not.
Yep, and neither does Puck. You know, you can see how frustrated this Puck is with the Shaker. Like, he gave his own life. He face shift attacked him to kill him.
Yeah.
Like, you can just tell, like, how mad they are, the Shaker. I would be too. This Drow Ranger, again, didn't move. Two screens away. Just get fissured. You can't even buyback on a Drow Ranger. You have to, but it doesn't really make sense because you can't really defend this without your Mars.
Yeah, you need the arena for some help. You'll let them take the top set of racks, maybe go through mid. Bottom still has a tier 2.
They might be just going for the throne here.
They want to force the Drow buyback.
Yeah. So,
There's the glyph.
do you hold the buyback or do you keep it for next game?
There's your answer.
You don't keep it for next game.
You need to have a next game to keep it for it.
Yep.
And right now, down 1-0.
Roshan is up though. Force the buyback and they still can't fight. So this Roshan is going to go to the Radiant. I wouldn't be surprised if they give the Aegis to Borax, to be honest. Like, he's just too important right now.
The fissures are, yeah, very important and have been disrupting this fight every single time.
The other cores do have buyback and Aeon Disc, some of them. I really do think he gives this Aegis to the Shaker.
Oh, no.
Arcane
Oh,
Rune
no.
and Quickening Charm.
Borax.
How much is that? Do the math.
I'm not good at math.
It's like 2.5 seconds or something on the totem. Oh yeah, he's using it. 2.3.
2.3.
That's literally perma-stun. 6 seconds fissure.
Fissure duration's 8 seconds.
They didn't give it to the Shaker. I'm really
God.
disappointed. If the Shaker dies, he can actually lose this game. Because the other cores all have buyback. He does not.
This is very OS Frog.
So who took the Aghanims? Was there an Aghanims?
No, it's
It
just
was
Aegis
cheese,
Cheese.
right? Aegis Cheese.
Wraith King has that Abyssal. BKB being built here for Fade.
Birds.
Swift Blink for the Wraith King is what's next on the agenda. There's the Arcane Blink for the Shadow Fiend.
Finally getting that quick Requiem out. I hope he doesn't mess up his Yule's Requiem combo because of it. He's like, oh, that came out fast. That happened to so many people already.
They just don't know the timing difference.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I don't know it. But I'm not an SF player.
I mean, it just gets cut in half, right? So, just count to 5.
It's what we like to call in the business a callback. So yeah, Arcane Blink, BKB, Boots Travel, holding onto that Aeon Disc, keeping it locked so he doesn't get it popped immediately.
Yep,
Use
level
that
out on
too.
the OD. Trickster Cloak on SF. I still don't know what I think about that item.
That seems pretty good on some heroes. Good magic resistance, good evasion.
Yeah, it just feels like more like a tier 3 item rather than a tier 4. I don't know.
Yeah, like a glorified 3.
Yeah.
Like a 3+.
Like a 3.5.
Yeah,
But not quite a 4.
I agree.
Stormcrafter, same thing. Not impressed with that item. I'd much rather see Spell Prism, and so do they probably.
Yeah, of course, they
But-
love that Spell Prism.
They don't have one. Does the Dire side have one? Minotaur Horn. They don't.
So coming back to try and defend the bottom tier 3. Aster back for a moment. Question is, are they fully backing?
You see on Dire, they don't even take the Trickster Cloak. They're like, we don't need that.
Meteor Hammer from a distance. Hurricane Pike picked up for the Drow, seeing if Ajit can hold the high ground. It's going to be close.
It is going to be tough also.
O'Neal leading.
We have seen a lot of games get turned around with the Drow high ground defense.
Yeah.
One of the best spaces to fight in, of course.
Next Nova over to the side, shards in again. There's the spear, it lands. Look at the damage just come out onto Monet. Multi-shot fissure, stopping that immediately. There's the Walrus Punch. Stun doesn't land onto Fade.
I would like to see a Solar Crest, maybe on the Nyx Assassin. It's definitely too late now, but you know, you just want to get all that bonus armor you can, because the Wraith King is not very survivable.
I wouldn't mind it on like Tusk too.
He has like 30 armor, but of course 11 of that gets pierced by Drow in his ult, and they have Desolator, which
Multiple
is another.
Desolators.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they don't stack just yet. Maybe next patch. I actually can't believe they built 2 Desos. It's a rare sight.
I don't think it's terrible.
It's not terrible. It's just they do the same thing, you know.
It's not like getting 2 urns or something.
Or 2 Radiances.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same, though. It's taking 2 radiances.
So, again,
Arcane
Aster.
Rune. Do they give it to the Shaker again? Or SF? Shaker again, of course.
Yeah, it has to be. Come on.
He's like, nah, give me that, bro. I got you. I'll fissure them.
Fissure them constantly. 2.3-second cooldown.
And 6
with
seconds on the fissure.
totem.
Yeah.
Just constant stuns.
Well, at least you can't complain about Spell Prism RNG if neither team has it.
If Earthshaker got the Spell Prism.
That would be pretty funny, yeah. Now he just needs an Arcane Blink.
Yeah.
How much would the Echo Slam be? Cooldown, like 40 seconds or something. Ridiculous.
It's time to do some math.
If you use Arcane and gets an Arcane Blink, Echo Slam is 40 seconds cooldown. Ish.
Spell Prism, Arcane Blink, I would say, what, 40 seconds maybe?
Well, that's what I said. Don't say what I'm saying.
I cheated off your work.
Exactly. You're probably the kind of guy in school, you know? Like, can I copy your homework? But you'll copy it not exactly, of course. You'll change like 1 word.
Nah, it's 2 minimum.
2 minimum? In 2 words?
Yeah, you gotta change 2 words.
Yeah.
Looking for the stun, Fissure to follow it up. They look over the Mars. Snowball save, drawing them in though. Now they need to run. Minotaur Horn pop by Chalice. The chase is on with the Shivas, but it doesn't land on Fate.
They're so timid on Radiant.
Yeah, the whole Aegis timing and...
Yeah. Thought they would chase this for sure. At least kill the Tusk.
I thought they'd get something out of that, but they didn't want to play with the Aegis as aggressively as I thought they would.
Yeah. I mean, the game is still very fragile. They're 20k ahead, but they can die in seconds.
And if they lose a fight now without the Aegis and they don't have buyback, well, your base is gone. Drought takes it too quickly. You've only got 1 tier 4 standing.
Now, I'm curious to see if he...
Blink.
Puck stole it right in front of him. Going for Nullifier. Now, people might ask, what does Nullifier do? It owns Aeon Disc. It purges. And all of them are building Aeon Disc.
But you can only purge 1.
Well, they're building multiple Nullifiers.
True.
I think they're building 3 right now. I think Drow also have 1 queued up.
No, Swift Blink.
Okay, never mind. Debated.
God's Rebuke, plus 65% crit. This game's getting deep into it. We're almost on the tier 5s.
Yep, 10 more minutes.
Very
Another smoke
tense.
up. Man, Nixus isn't so fast. How much movement speed does he have? 580.
Stun. Fissure from a distance with the totem. X-Nova locked up. Monet goes to the Abyssal Blade. Snowball out. Walrus Punch onto the Wraith King. White Album over to the side, getting hit by Ajit. Right clicks come through. They'll get the kill onto Lanham. They also took out Monet. They'll drop down the Dream Coil. The Fissure comes in. Over from Borax. He's over to the left. Very far away. Phase shift. Down goes Monet. He's gone for 100 seconds. He does have buyback. Walrus Punch. And Disc Gap gets popped. Fissure comes in. Nothing to stop the TP from White Album. And EHOME are defending.
Yeah, you just saw the damage output. Nixus hasn't died in
2
like
shots?
half a second.
Yeah.
Like he just blew up.
Got popped.
Wraith King died twice also in just a matter of seconds. His BKB is not useful anymore, you know? They have the Dream Coil. They have the Drow Ranger sitting outside of it. If this Drow Ranger finds a Ballista, this could be super game turning.
Still 8 minutes away, though.
Still 8 minutes away, but at the pace this game is going, I do believe we're gonna get there.
Don't jinx it.
You wanna see it or you don't?
I do.
I personally don't really like late game scenarios because it's just too fragile, man. Every team just deals like 1,000 billion damage.
Yeah.
Mars will find the Desolator 2 and suddenly crit for 2,000.
That's what we saw with LGD Aster.
Yeah, it was great until it wasn't. Everybody's so scared in these late game scenarios, rightfully so.
Divine Rapier being built by Monet.
I don't think he's gonna go through with that. Like,
After that death, I don't think so.
he's way too fragile. But what else could he build? He could maybe just build a Nullifier himself.
And he initiated that. He went in with the Abyssal Blade.
Yeah, he wanted that.
I think you got to save that Abyssal for the draft.
The thing is, now you have to deal with 2 massive damage dealers. Or 3 even.
Yeah, I mean,
Puck,
Mars is getting there,
and-
too.
Yeah.
He's got the crit chance.
Ka,
Lag situation.
but no le.
Yeah, no Kale. Just the,
Which
the
means-
first part. Let's take a look at this replay. We'll see as he used the Abyssal Blade on XM.
Yep.
Look at this. He goes after X-Nova and then fakes over to the right.
Look at
Good job by Fade. Right clicks coming in. Ajit.
Look at
And
the
then just
Nyx.
Watson. Yeah, 2 shot.
There was one Daedalus
At
crit.
first.
And now look at the
Wow.
Wraith King. He just dies.
Yeah, he's by himself. They've got the arena down around the OD, and then White Album was already trying to get out of the fight, so they're leaving Monet at that point, and he does combine the items to get the Aeon disc on SF.
They really need someone to be on top of the Drow, just so the marksmanship is disabled. It does way too much damage. I would love to see just the Abyssal Blade on the SF, you know, jump the Drow with the Arcane Blink Abyssal. If not blow him up, at least disable his damage.
Right.
Because even if you're in a bad position, you know, if Drow is allowed to hit freely, you are going to lose that fight.
Yeah.
We've seen it so many times where Drow are just on a high ground, just, you know, defends forever. That becomes too much to deal with in the end.
Gets that hypothermia.
Yep.
They're in here. They're ready. Ward down, snowball out. It's on to Lanham. BKB as well as the Blink going onto the back lines, looking for something. The Sanity's Clips is going to be dropped. They've got the Yules up into the air. But the BKB being popped here by the Shadow Fiend. They get the kill over on a Fade. They'll look towards the back, but they've got the arena down around XSS. He ends up dead. He's gone for 93 seconds without buyback. They've bought back on Fade. They do have the extra help from this Tusk. Monet fighting the Mars. He's away from the rest of his team, and it looks like Chalice will die here. Double kill, though, as they also took out Lanham. So Lanham gone for 100 seconds. There's the Requiem. X-Nova drops. He's got buyback as well. All these heroes from the side of EHOME have buyback from the right clicks. Finally on top of Ajit. They'll take out the Drow. He buys back too. Blink, Walrus Punch going in the snowball. That hits on a Monet as well as Borax. Abyssal Blade used, though. Fade ending up dead again. He's gone for 114 seconds. Chalice, X-Nova thinking about going in on this. There's the Blink as well as the Silence with the right clicks. TP out is successful. White Album, he does just escape. But they're looking forward for Monet. He does still have reincarnation, so getting him killed twice is going to be a problem.
A lot of buybacks committed. No Roshan up. If they can't get anything here.
Roche is up in 20, yeah, 15.
Yeah.
There it is.
They're sending 3 couriers to the rescue, all 3 flying in at the same time. They need to get this Roshan, 100% now.
Yeah. For sure they do. And it's
I believe the Shaker
tough.
ultied just to get the aftershocks done. He didn't even blink in Echo, I think, if I saw it correctly. But Roshan is up. It's going to die so fast you can't do anything about it.
yeah,
Just a refresher
Earthshaker's
shot.
back at base.
Refresher shot and Puck could be absolutely game-winning here.
Double Dream Coil.
Yeah, with the rapid fire zone.
Yep.
Mars is going for a Rapier as well. Whew. Man,
Short
this
of
game
Rapier.
is going to be a 10 Rapier game again.
I'm excited.
Abyssal Blade soon on SF though. This
5
Drow
minutes.
can die instantly. They have
Yeah.
no save on Dire other than the snowball.
And now they don't have the buybacks. And the buybacks are available for Aster. So like that last fight, Aster didn't have buybacks. This fight, EHOME won't have buybacks.
At least they have Aegis.
Ooh, almost a Divine Rapier for the Mars.
I wonder if he's
getting-
going to buy out or not.
Mars?
Yeah.
I think he has to. He bought back in the last fight. Didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Swift Blink for the Drow.
It's just
Arcane Orb
Buying
damage.
a Rapier, you know, is...
It's
If
the
you
risk
drop
gotta
that
take.
thing, if you drop that thing,
I wouldn't say the game's over, but
not at all.
if your Drow's dead, it's over.
Yeah.
Because
That-
Drow
that-
bought back.
That's why I feel like you want to protect the Drow rather than... I mean, I guess you can protect it by
Is that
just killing
Chalice's
them.
Courier? I think, yeah, he's going Nullifier instead of the Divine Rapier.
Yeah. Going for the conservative route. Boring. But of course, everybody's in it to win it rather than please the crowd. Like Lacoste, he's such a crowd pleaser.
Invisibility.
He really is.
Yeah. He's a very likable guy, too.
Radiant are scanning.
Agreed.
Would you say you're a likable guy?
I hope so. I have a lot of anxiety, so I try not to think about those kind of things.
Okay, fair enough. I think you are. Sometimes.
Yeah, but now I have so much anxiety, I'll think if you're being genuine or not for the rest of the day.
No, you don't have to. You know, if I say something, I'm always serious about it. Really?
Ooh. What do you... So, Shadow Fiend
Abyssal is
taking the
queued up.
cooldown reduction with the Arcane Blink going into the Abyssal. I want to see it. I want to see it. So bad.
It looks really funny. And it does a lot of damage. Of course, he also built the shard, which just gives him more spell amp. 15%, I think, extra. Oh, Hex Initiation. And broken!
Wow,
No buyback.
killed immediately. Now they've got the Abyssal Blade right onto Ajit. He's in too far, he's in too deep. And now he'll pop the BKB, but he's hit up with the bash. They've got the blink forward from White Album, trying to put him down for good. They've got the Aegis out of his hands. They get the Kona light on. The arena was already used with the Sanity's clips coming out from XSS, but he's going to be dead for 100 seconds. They've used the fissure, blink away from Ajit, trying to get the multi-shot in. There's the Requiem popped by White Album, trying to get enough damage in, but it just doesn't seem like it will be. You've got Monet continuing to chase onto Ajit. There's the Waning Rift coming through onto Monet. Right clicks in, fissure blocking. There's the totem. There's the kill, taking out Ajit down for 2 minutes. Chalice the next target of focus here. The Abyssal comes in. White Album needs to back off because XM's going in deep. Cheese eaten, running away. Walrus punches out. Borax ends up dead. He's going to buy back as well. White Album gone. He buys back too. But now Monet, Reincarnation, that's going to get popped. Chalice right in his face. Shards are blocking him away from getting the kill onto the Mars. They're actually initiating on him, but stun, not in time. Fade ends up dead. White Album gets the kill. 3 heroes gone on the side of EHOME while the Ancient is taking damage here on the side of Aster. They need to be very careful taking these long, drawn-out fights.
Yeah, and they expanded buybacks on both the SF and the Shaker. So if they can't make anything happen in the next 80 seconds, game is back to even again. Only the Wraith King with the buyback now, and the puck.
This is almost level 30 for Wraith King.
The swift blink on the Wraith King. 640 movement speed. Did you see how he chased the Drow Ranger? She couldn't get out.
And then the fissure comes in and he was cornered.
Yeah. He does not have a way to deal with the evasion yet. You can just see the combination. He got broken and hexed. He couldn't activate his ult manually. Abaddon is a huge deal for this team.
Ajit's positioning, I thought this was going to get him killed twice.
Yeah.
White Album right on top of him. They get the first life.
He also uses BKB.
And I think, yeah, holds the Requiem on that. Snowball comes in, fear away, and just popped. Like, it's such a split fight. And then here's the chase, just
Look
going
how
for
fast
Ajit.
he is. They're trying to go for the GG. 30 seconds.
Until the Drow, they've got the arena as well as the spear up into the air. BKBs, they're leashed up with the Dream Core. They get the kill on the line. They'll look over as the Earthshaker's low. Echo Side drop. They get the kill on the X, and they're taking the puck. They look over at Chalice. They'll finish off the Mars. Buyback from XM, 17 seconds until you've got the Drow look over the tier 4 tower, but they are working this without buybacks. The only one available is this Wraith King. They might just need to leave. The Glyph was used, the Abyssal Blade's picked up for White Album. They just don't have the damage to get through this tower and finish the game. It is oh so close for both these teams, and we're going to hit that 60-minute mark.
Yeah, another scrappy fight. I mean, at this point, you know, 13k gold is nothing. Anybody can really win. 10 seconds until the tier 5 items. Now we'll have to see, you know, who's going to have better RNG.
Camps.
Are we going to see Book of the Dead?
No.
Book of the Dead plus Book of Shadows plus...
I don't want any books. No books.
The books are so lame.
Ex Machina. I want Mirror Shield. Bullet.
Book of the Shadows. There we go. The Ballista on Drow. I'm here. I would love to see it. Let's go.
Radiant are scanning.
Book of Shadows first drop, of course.
What else would we like to see? Desolator 2 on Mars. Force Boots.
Oh. I'm down with those. We don't get to see those that often.
I hate those. Pirate Head for Odie.
Book of the Dead, just books. Nobody likes to read.
They have 2 terrible items already. Seer Stone. That is really good for the puck.
Yeah.
Man. I feel like, you know, at least tier 5 items, both teams should drop identical ones. Like, I really feel like Radiant is already in a iffy spot with those 2 drops.
So many books, it's just not what I want.
Oh, Deso 2.
There's the Stygian Desolator, better than the books.
Ballista
And the Ballista.
on OD.
See, this is what we want. The books, you can keep them over at the Derek Zoolander School for kids who can't read good, and we'll take everything else.
Deso 2 for Daya as well. I still feel like Daya is getting the better trade of this. Deso 2 for Mars. Now if they find one more good item for Drow, the Ballista, they're in heaven. A Book of the Dead. Ooh!
Another book. Put them back on the shelves.
Book of the Dead is so bad. How is this even a tier 5 item? Hey, you get 4 Necros. I bet you can't deal with those.
I mean, with the skeletons, I guess it's a lot.
Sure. I mean, now Drow doesn't have an item, though. Oh, no, they give the Desert to the Drow. Okay. So Mars is stuck with the Book of the Dead.
Oh, they give the Stygian Desolator over to the pup.
Nah, he needs to Seer Stone. Wait, Seer Stone
Seer
is
Stone on Abaddon.
So the Death 2 is on Puck? What does Drow have?
Drow has Illusion Escape.
Man, this is so bad. This is so sad. Imagine if you had a Ballista. Where's the Ballista and Radiant? OD with the Ballista, man. He's gonna hit it from so far away.
Monet caught with the shards for a second. Oh, Fissure. Here it is from 2 screens down. They've got the Dream Coil in, and the Phase Shift attacks doing some damage. Refresher popped.
Call the ambulance, but not for me. Well, that's a pop Refresher. Both teams, we have seen it before. Was it PSG against
Aster.
Aster as well?
Yeah, they've been in this
PSG.
situation before.
Yeah. And they're just as cautious as they were before.
Well, because it goes the same way. People start building Divine Rapiers, and all of a sudden they're dropped, and we're getting 70k net worth shifts.
Yeah.
It's
Great
very
Dota.
difficult to deal with.
It really is.
We're also getting to level 30s on a lot of these heroes. I'm excited. Look at that. 30, 29.
I mean, Puck is one
close.
of the best ones in this game for sure.
Have that Waning Rift, AoE in range. That's really good. Get to the back lines, get on top of Borax,
Yep.
as he's been trying to focus him.
Wraith can win into Mjolnir. Interesting. So quiet, you just hear the thing.
Walrus Punch comes in, but there's the Abyssal Blade used by Monet. Fissure from a distance, as well as the Impale that lands on multiple heroes with the BKB pop by both of them. Fade Chalice already dead. They've got buybacks available. XM trying to get away. He's into the phase shift and now back and available. However, they'll focus their attention onto X Nova. Triple kill for Monet real quick.
Everyone with buybacks. Mars jumped into the Nyx Impale without BKB. That's how he ended up dying there. Then it got Requiem right on his head. Blown up. They do have 3 buybacks though, as we said. So this could just go back to, you know, looking at each other for 7 minutes until buybacks are up again.
There's one used by X Nova. Courier. Okay.
What's in that?
A gem.
A gem only, okay.
Drops in between where the tier 4s used to stand. Only one up and available. We'll go through back door.
Book of the deck coming in handy here.
Back door does nothing. Fissure, that hit on Ajit.
It's too much damage though. Do we just go for Megas? Yeah, because Master's still holding his
Right
buyback.
clicks coming out from Ajit. Rayfire Blast. Ajit moving forward. Now hit with the Impale. They'll go after X Nova, who's got the borrowed time pop. Ooh, Abyssal Requiem! That hits 3. That fears them back. Is it going to be enough? The BKB's been popped. They've got the arena down. That's around on 3 of these heroes. They've got the Ag that was built on the Wraith King, so they've got these heroes for a little bit longer, but they'll get the kill onto a couple. Wraith King is still alive and in deep. Echo Slam dropped down and is popped, but it's not enough damage from EHOME. They are going down one by one. They've got the buyback available on Ajit. These heroes alive for a little bit longer again with that Ags, but now finally the OG falls. Down goes Earthshaker as well as White Up. They get the life out of the hands of the Wraith King, who doesn't have reincarnation, so he's going to drop here. It's just a matter of time. There he goes. They've got buyback on the Wraith King. EHOME, they helped.
They did. Cost them everything. But wait, Monet
Buyback
also
on
brought back.
OD.
I thought he would hold it, and I guess they do want to just go for the GG. They have to be so careful though. They're missing out 2 of their main disablers. I don't think you should be going for
I
the
don't
push
think
there.
EHOME can push.
No, that's why I'm so surprised by this buyback from Wraith King.
So this looks like it's going well in the beginning because they get that stun. There's the follow-up. Fissure and the Impale hitting onto the Drow as well as X Nova. And the Requiem looked like it was placed in a spot where they could get something done. But the arena from Chalice, that's laid out perfect. Get the first life out of the hands of the Wraith King. And then they kill off this Abaddon. They get the first life from Drow, but
Oh my god, they have to be so careful.
Ajit has
Oh no,
buyback.
they had 2 buybacks. They just came off cooldown on Raid, now they're 5v2.
Yeah, they might just win this game. They'll look over at Ajit. There's the BKB. They're going to go for the
GG.
throne and just finish it.
I was not aware that the buyback was like 10 seconds away from being up again.
Aster taking the series 2-0. EHOME, all they had was Drow and Puck to fight, but it's Book of the Dead that actually helps them take that throne really quickly.
Surprised they didn't
And,
even try though. You know, they were just sitting
yeah.
and found. They kind of like, okay, take it.
I don't know if they expected everybody to be there like that. And,
Yeah,
you know, then the buybacks
neither did
come
I,
in
and I was observing the game.
yeah. So it ends up with Aster winning 2-0, and that was a good performance from EHOME. And that's where I'd like them to be always. That first game was a very slow and other side of the coin game from EHOME.
Yeah, they're just very unstable, as you said. Even last series they played, they looked very good in game 1, game 2 and 3, not so much. This game 1, not so much. Game 2, they looked really good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a young team. They have a lot of work ahead of them. Again, I think they want to, aim for like a top 5 finish here. Just remain in that league, and then turn up next season. I don't think top 4 is really realistic at this point against the other teams.
It's a little bit tough, that's for sure.
Just take it as proving grounds, Just get better.
Work from here.
Over time, work from
there. Get the
there.
communication going. Yeah. So with that, Aster take the series 2-0. We're going to throw it back over to the panel and see what their thoughts are on this one and what they're thinking about the next series as well. Back over to you guys.